What's good, YouTube? It's your girl ShawniiEcho, and I'm back with another video.
Beautiful, intelligent, confident, independent, talented, talented, well equipped. It don't matter what you think. The best thing that I can be is me. I know who I am, who I am.
What's poppin'? It's 2020. 2020, yeah, it's 2020. 2020, yeah. This video is going to be my top 5 biggest mistakes of 2019. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for choosing to watch little old me, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any new uploads, so subscribe so that you can turn on your post notifications, which is that little bell down below. You just click it and they'll tell you every single time I upload, because if you don't, who knows, YouTube might not get around to letting you know some of these things. You know what I'm saying? If you're returning to my channel, thank you so much for being loyal and watching, and I do apologize, I have been missing. I'm going to catch you guys up on that. I don't know if that's this video per se. You'll have a little bit of an update as I explain the mistakes that I've made, but I will go further into explaining everything. So also, I just want to say I am extremely grateful for all of my new subscribers. I went from almost 2K to now I'm at like 5 going on 6K, so I could like sign up for FameBit and do like sponsored content now. So I'm super uber excited. I will share with you guys. I have a lot to share because I am back monetized. I have been getting pizzed from YouTube. I can't believe I got a check after all of these years. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys up on all of that a little bit later. But let's get into this video of why we're here. The top 5 mistakes I've made in 2019. Let's get to it. Number 1, I don't think that these are going to be like ordered in the significance of it. It's just 5. So my number 1 mistake, I would say, hold on, let me make sure this is focused. I feel like I'm out of focus. There we go. Okay, so one of the biggest mistakes I've made in 2019 is not being consistent. That's kind of just self-explanatory. That's not just for YouTube per se, but like with everything. I do believe that I would have reached my goal. I think it was very possible to reach my 100,000 subscribers goal had I would have been consistent on my channel. I think that I was not consistent in my business either. I was not consistent on my website. I was not consistent in music. Everything I did was just like sporadically. Like I just gave so many different things attention, and there was no structure in it, so it was difficult to be consistent, which is my second biggest mistake. I guess I'll make that all in one. You cannot be successful if you don't have structure. Structure is very important. It helps you hold yourself accountable to stay on track of what your goals are. And when you allow so many different things to pull you this direction and forward, and woo, you lose your way, you know what I'm saying? It's not cool. It's not cool at all. So I just do feel like a big mistake of mine was not having structure. Like, I stopped eating meat about, I'm going on like 5-6 months now of not eating meat. And I don't really have much structure in that. So sometimes I don't really eat nothing, or I'm eating the same stuff and I'm not really eating healthy. So there just has to be structure in decisions like that. Or there were so many times I committed to doing somebody's hair and forgot. and double booked myself and had like 3 heads in one day and overlapping, and I'm late. Like, there was no structure in my scheduling. I kept missing my piano lessons. Like, it was just so many different things going on, and I didn't have a calendar. I stressed myself out by not having structure and scheduling things. So that's just a no-no. You don't do that. Moving forward in 2020, you have to be organized, have some type of structure, and that structure will help you be consistent. Moving on to biggest mistake number 2. I am very non-confrontational, and I have been enlightened on my weakness of being passive aggressive. Now, I'll go ahead and read the definition of that for those of you who don't know what passive aggressive is, because I didn't know what it meant. So, passive aggressive is of or denotating a type of behavior or personality characterized by indirect resistance to the demands of others and an avoidance of direct confrontation, as in procrastinating, pouting, or misplacing important materials. I don't like confrontation. I don't like drama. I have an issue of being a people pleaser, and so sometimes I just let stuff slide just to avoid confrontation. It builds up inside of me. I'm the type of person that is mature enough to not take it out on other people per se. So it's just still up inside of me. It's just still up inside of me, and it eventually just becomes a part of my character of just being like frustrated all the time instead of like just saying no. Like, I'm getting better at it, but I've had a hard time really saying no. And I think being passive aggressive is not a good trait in business at all. And being that I do a lot of things in regards to business and I don't work for somebody else, I do a lot of self-employment things. Being passive aggressive hurts me in the long run. I end up wasting time, losing money, undervaluing like, it's just terrible. So if that's you and you find yourself being like just passive to stuff and letting stuff slide and being a pushover, like, don't do that. Speak your mind, set a standard, and don't be afraid of losing opportunities or people because you're being true to who you are. If they leave, that's God's plan. Stop getting in God's way. That's God's plan. So in my passive aggressiveness, I did not set boundaries, and I've allowed people to kind of like walk over me, and really, like, I set no boundaries for my damn self, so I can't blame nobody but me. But yeah, being passive aggressive was definitely a big mistake of 2019. I ain't doing that no more. Well, I'm trying. I'm not gonna say that I'm like healed from it or that I could like immediately like stop it, but it's something that I'm more aware of, and I try to like work on it in the moment of me acting as such. Okay, so number 3. This is, I think, the most important mistake that I need to not do ever in my life, okay? I did not put God first in 2019. And I don't think that's just a 2019 thing. I think it's been that way for a while. But I strictly recall, and you guys could go back to, I have a video of my vision board and then an update of my vision board. The number one thing that I was supposed to do was find a church home and really get grounded in my word. And so I didn't do that. Now, I do have a church home. I found one, love it, definitely about to go through the process of joining. And I will share that journey with you guys a little bit later. But I did find a church home before 2020 came about. So I will say that I'm proud of that. But it literally was like maybe 3 weeks ago. So it took me that long to find a church home. And I wasn't looking. I think that with me not putting God first, it allowed me to create so many dependencies within other people, within my marriage, within my friendships, within family, that it took a toll on me, because it's not healthy to do that, because as humans we make mistakes and it's difficult to put that amount of pressure on a person who can't be perfect per se. Jesus was perfect, but I don't even view like God's process of things as perfect, because if it was, I think, perfect, just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder per se, and we pray and we want things to happen immediately, right now, and it doesn't happen. So that's not perfect according to our perfection, but it's on time according to God's plan. So I can't have this dependency in people and think that I'm not going to get disappointed when they don't owe me anything. I just feel like if I fill my voids with Christ and the love of God and my just being okay with myself, that it would not have caused me to be in the state that I'm in right now, which is like a mild depression. And I can talk about that in more detail in a different video, but I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all. That's why I've been missing. I'm just not in a good mental state, and I really was depending on my husband to be able to provide this like level of happiness per se, not personally, but just within the relationship. And I'm the type of person who's just like in love with the concept of love, and my relationships usually consume me. So it's not to say I'm not happy in other aspects of my life and on my own as an individual, because I was pretty content. But when my relationship is in havoc, all hell breaks loose and I don't care about nothing else. So that's a lot of pressure, and you shouldn't do that. And Will Smith posted something the other day in regards to like you cannot make yourself responsible for another person's happiness, and you can't try to make another person responsible for your happiness. Meaning, if my relationship is not in good standing, I can't allow the rest of my life to just fumble. I can't put that much pressure on a person. So I think just me having God first will allow me to be okay no matter what's going wrong and when things are not going right. And I just didn't have him first. So it's like I depend on being around people to feel secure and safe. The moment I'm by myself, I feel sad, depressed, I want to cry, I don't want to be on this earth no more. Like I haven't attempted to commit suicide, but I just don't be wanting to feel nothing. I want to be numb, like I don't be wanting to be here. So that's not a healthy space to be in. And I just feel like if I was like heavily grounded in who I am, who God is to me, I will be okay regardless of who's around, who's not. When I'm by myself, when I'm around people, like I will be okay. So I made a big mistake in not keeping the foundation of having God first, and that's the biggest mistake anybody can make in their whole life. So I encourage you that if you don't have God first in your life, that you make it a priority, because as I can see right now, I feel as if I'm being stripped from everything I tried to replace God with. Everything that nothing. And I wrote a song, it's called It's Not Okay to Not Be Okay. I'm not sure when I'm going to release it, but there's a line in the second verse that talks about nothing serving its purpose, and everything that I would usually do to make me happy does not work. Music is supposed to be my escape. Like, I have been writing because I have a lot of emotions and stuff going on, but it's like, I'm not happy. I'm like sad and just like, let me get tired, just think about it, I'm not really happy right now in the mode of like doing music. And I think a good game of Uno or Phase 10 is probably the only thing that can like for real distract me from what it is I'm going through. I have a couple of go-to friends I can talk to and kind of like temporarily distract me. But watching TV, I can't like escape and try to watch TV. No, the littlest things, the music, I just be crying. You couldn't pay me to tell you what the heck I be crying for. Nothing that used to like be like, I know if I do this, I'm gonna have a good time, I'm gonna be happy, or whatever the case may be. Like, nothing works. It's all like being stripped away from me. It's like, oh, you're trying to avoid me, Shawnii? God's like, you're trying to avoid me? You think you could just do that, and not pay attention to me? I'm taking it away from you. So even though it's there, it's not working. It's just forcing me to do what I need to do and learn how to be by myself and understand that there's no such thing as me being by myself, because God is always with me. So that's something I'm learning to do. And I know I spent a lot of time on that. So we're going to mistake number 4. Whew, it's getting deep and dark in here. I'm sorry to bring all this energy in 2020, but I gotta let it out. I got to let it go. Alright, so another big mistake that I made in 2019 was my lack of self-care, and I did not even realize I was doing it. Oh my God, like this, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, which if you're not, you should, because at ShawniiEcho, and I posted a video. I was crying. I just talked about how I woke up one day and I was just upset at my mindset, and from that moment, it's just been so many different things unraveling, and me just like recognizing that I have so much trauma that I didn't realize I had. I need therapy. I'm gonna definitely try to start therapy like within the next week or so, but I just have a lot of trauma, and a lot of those traumas have subconsciously allowed me to fall into some patterns that affect my self-care. So it got to a point to where I don't care about my hair being done, getting dressed, smelling good. Like, I brush my teeth, I take a bath, and that's the fuck it. Like, I wasn't even putting on lotion unless like I'm ashy, but like I'm not putting on lotion unless you could like see it. Like, oh, I'm wearing shorts today, I'm gonna put on some lotion. So there's just a lot of like self-care stuff that I was not doing unless I was like, oh, I gotta be ShawniiEcho today. I gotta film a video, so I'm gonna do my hair and do my makeup, and like I said in the other video, I felt like a need to be filtered. So the only time I was upkeeping myself, which was really more so like outside upkeep, was for Instagram and YouTube, and you know that was really bad, you know. So it was brought to my attention that, you know, I walk out the house like I'm homeless, you know. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't own a brush. Like, it was just bad. And I don't think that my husband necessarily had the courage to express to me if that's something that was affecting him per se. But like, really looking at it, like, he a real one. Because I might have catfished my husband. I might have done that. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. Lack of self-care, man. I didn't make any time for myself. I don't like to buy myself stuff. I do for everybody else. I give and I pour into everybody else around me to a certain extent, because I'm learning that I have an issue with upkeeping certain relationships. And now that I'm going through my depression, there's so many people that call and check on me. And I'm sorry I have been ignoring and not responding to certain stuff, because it's just like, I'm not ready to, I don't know. That's just one of the signs of depression. But I was not taking care of myself. I was taking care of the artist ShawniiEcho, but I wasn't taking care of LaShawn. And it's not okay. So I have some magazines about self-care. I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been doing better and making sure that I'm not just getting dressed for other people, but for myself. And I decided to eat better. Like I said, I stopped eating meat other than fish. I'm pescatarian right now, but again, because I don't have structure and discipline, I'm not eating as well as I should. So it's just a lot that goes into like self-care. I'm working on it, but that was a big mistake, and I don't ever want to see myself in that place again. And so we're gonna move on to number 5. Last but certainly not least. Okay, so the 5th biggest mistake that I made in 2019 was being afraid. I was put in so many positions to like make something shake. Like really make something shake. And I just did not speak up. I met a lot of people who had a lot of influence that could have helped me with my career had I just would have spoken up. I went to a conference and there were so many people to network with and work with, and I just stood there looking at everybody else network, and I was just afraid to speak up. I did not have confidence for some odd reason. And like networking is a weakness of mine, but it's just like you can't do anything by yourself. You're gonna need the ability to network and speak up for yourself. I don't have a manager. I have my producer. That's all I got. My producer, my writing sessions family, which helps because there's so many people within that organization that do speak to people and can like vouch for me per se. But my biggest mistake was being afraid, not speaking up, and allowing opportunities to like pass me by. Like there's so many people that pray and they're like, oh, if I had this opportunity and all I need is somebody to see me, or if I could just get 2 minutes with this person. And I've run into so many different like celebrities, producers, different things, and I did not speak up. I have like this weird, like I don't like, the most that could happen is them saying no, which is a no anyways if I don't speak up. So I don't know why I just like freeze and like not say nothing. But that's what ends up happening. So I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm gonna try not to do that. So yeah, that's my 5 biggest mistakes of 2019. Not being consistent, being passive aggressive, not putting God first, my lack of self-care, and being afraid. I did not create a New Year's resolution per se, but my biggest focus is to do the opposite of all of those things that I just named, and to get out of this state of depression that I'm in. I'm going through a lot of stuff right now, and some things I'm not comfortable talking about yet till I kind of get through it per se. So just pray for me. Yeah, just pray for me. But yeah, my biggest goals in 2020 is to do the opposite of everything I just listed and go above and beyond. So that's what's up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment down below. Let me know which one of these mistakes resonated with you the most. Like, you know, it was one of my mistakes, one of the mistakes that you made, and maybe how you got over it. How, like, what do you do to get out of that cycle per se. And I got a lot of new videos I'm planning on dropping. I have so many new subscribers, so thank you guys so much again. I'm at 5K. I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'll make a separate video because I don't know what I want to give away yet. Because I ain't going to speak brokenness, but you know I'm on a budget. So it's going to have to be like a service-based type of giveaway. Which sucks because that means you have to be in Atlanta. Or no. You might not have to be in Atlanta. We might be able to work something out. But I do want to do a giveaway. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, supporting my channel. And yeah, I'm gonna do a life update, what my intentions is, all that good stuff. We are going into 2020 consistent. It is 7:32 on New Year's Day, and guess what? I filmed another video today, and I said, you know what? I gotta stop. I gotta do a video. I gotta post it today, and be more consistent. So that's what I'm doing. You feel me? You know. Period. I love you guys so much. I do. I love you guys so much. And yeah, that's it. That's all. You like my hair? I got it from Raw Hair Don't Care. I color and cut it yesterday on my own. Do you like it? It's a full lace wig. I don't know what I did, like 12,000 colors, dipped it in the water. But this is my hair. I hope you like it. You know, this is one of my, you know, just throw it on and go wigs, because you know you don't need no lace. Yeah, the bangs. So you might see me in this hair a lot. I definitely was expecting for it to come out orange, but I put a wrong color in there, and it said, forget your orange, you're gonna get ginger, copper, paprika type stuff. So that's what happened, but I hope you guys like it. Did my eyebrows to match. But Shh. I didn't do that right. Oops, it's 2020. We gotta do this right.